Hello friends, welcome to MSCR Things. In this video, this is a part of a SQL for beginners playlist which is in our channel. You can check. So in this video, we'll be talking about what is SQL and what are we actually going to do with it. SQL, which stands for Structured Query Language. Now, this is a standard programming language which is designed for the storage of data and how do you manage the data and how one can create, manipulate, and perform operations with the data. Say you can see on the screen that the blue color box, consider it as a database. The big blue color box, consider it as a database. And then we create tables inside the database. Say table 1, table 2 and table 3 are the tables which are created inside the database. Now a situation comes wherein we need to collect the data from table 1 as well as table 2, and sometimes we need to even add the details from the table 3 also. So these types of operations can be done with the help of queries. So we will run queries to get the outputs required from all the three tables which are created inside the database. This is how it works. Now let us go to the Ssms tool. I'll give you a small brief about this, like how do we use it and what are the shortcuts in this Ssms tool. So what actually this Ssms tool is, it is actually an IDE that will provide a graphical interface for connecting with the SQL server. We have a server in the backend. Since we cannot directly work on it, this is a tool which helps us to run commands and get the output for the server. Alright, so firstly, when we need to write code or commands, we need to write it in a new window or a script. For that, Control N is a shortcut which opens a new script. This is a new window where we can type queries. The shortcut to open this new query is Control N, or else we can directly click on this button. If you can see this button here, if you click this new query option, then same thing happens, new window opens. Here whatever we do, we have many ways. There is not only one way to do a query or code, there are two ways. One is through GUI, graphical user interface, where you use your mouse, left click, right click, select options and boom, it happens. Second method is coding. You need to code to get the same operation done. So for any of these things, we'll have two ways. Okay, now once I have created this query window, now I wanted to save this. Say I have typed something, select star, I don't know, something I have written. Now I wanted to save this. You can either press Ctrl S, which will ask you to save this, or you can either click on this floppy symbol, which will save your query as a file with an extension .sql. Okay, now we will try to see what is a database, how many databases are there currently in our system, and what are tables and how many tables are existing in our system. So for that, you will have to see here, there is a small white color box over here which is showing it as a master. This box will give you details about all the databases present in the system. Once you click on this arrow mark, you will see master model MSDB tempdb. So how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 databases are there, and I have not created these things. They exist by default. Like I have not created them, any one of this. So by default we are having 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 databases are having by default. So how do we know them? One way is to either click on this and see how many databases are there. Second way, how to check how many databases are existing, is to see here on the left side you have a folder named databases. Click on that, and since I have not created any database, we don't find any database here, but there are some existing databases which we have seen. So for that we have to click on system databases. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 databases which are the system databases. That means they exist by default. And the silver color can symbol indicates it is a database. Alright. So this is through GUI. Now in terms of code, how do we know how many databases are existing? For that, I'll show you a small code. SELECT select star from sys.databases. Just run this command and see. This is the output. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 databases present in the system by default. To check the databases in the system, we have 3 ways. First way is to either click on this drop down button, arrow mark, and see what all the databases are present, and they'll reflect here also in the architecture present over here from the object explorer. Or if you want to code and check like how many databases are present, this is the code. Select star from sys.databases. This is a result tab where all the results of the executed query come here. What is the database ID? Everything about the database, when it is created, what is its compatibility level, and all the details related to the database will come here. Here, this is the output. And there is another tab called here messages. It says 4 rows are affected. 4 rows are affected in the sense the output whatever we are getting has 4 rows in it, or the query when we run it is affecting 4 rows. That is what it shows here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, and this shows also 4 rows affected. The completion time will tell you the date and time when the query was executed. See, this says the date, current date, 2nd January 22, and this says the time at which the query was executed, 1:55 AM, and 9, this is a second, fractional part of seconds, and this plus 5:30 shows the what do I tell, time zone of the country. So yeah, this is the command which will tell you to know how many databases are present. That's about database. Now what are tables and where are they created? So tables are nothing but a structure of rows and columns where we can store the data. So tables can be created once a database is already created or existing. Inside the database, tables can be created. Now for databases, we could see from here like how many databases are there. For tables, how do we see? I'll tell you one code. Same code, Control C, Control V. Instead of databases, we write tables. And we run this command. How do we run this command? Select the entire row which you want to run and click on execute. See, select star from sys.tables. See, I've got 5 tables. Now you might ask me a question, where are these 5 tables? As I said, tables always exist within a database. Now I have run this command in the database name master. That means these 5 tables are present inside this master database. If I go to message section, 5 rows are affected. So I got 5 tables. These are the table names. So what does this command? By running this command in master db, that is database, shows that there are 5 tables present inside this master database. Now I won't change the query. Query will be the same, but I will run it in another database. Now I am moving it to model. Now I will run this command, same command again I will run. See, 0 rows affected. That means there are no tables present in this database. Previously we had tables in this database, master database. Now in model we are not having. Let's check in MSDB database. In MSDB database we are running the same command again. Execute. See. Sometimes we will have to scroll down and see how many tables are there. Instead of that, we can go to this message tab and see 145 rows are affected. That means there exist 145 tables inside this MSDB database. Last one is tempdb. Now in this database, how many tables are there? Let us check. We just need to select this. Instead of clicking execute, we can click on shortcut key, that is F5 on keyboard. That will also run your query. See, there are no outputs. That means 0 rows affected, no tables present. This is how we can check if a tables are present inside the database or not. Another way where we can find out how many tables are there, that is through graphical user interface. So you can see the object explorer on the left side, the window, left side of your screen, you can see object explorer window. In that you are able to see 4 databases. So now we'll open master database, we'll expand it, and inside that we have a folder called table. We will expand it. So there is something called system tables. We'll expand that. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These were the 5 tables which we have seen before, right? Under master. So let's check this. We'll go to master, then again run this command, select all, then select star from sys.tables, execute. See, how many tables are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The same names are present over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got it? It will be the same. Even if you run through the code, you will get the same output, and if you want to check here also, you can check in the graphical user interface. The tables names will be the same. So this is all about how to see the databases present in the system and how to see the tables which are present in the system. If you found this video helpful, do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.